Hey everybody, welcome back to another week here at Shiage Do Martial Arts for our distance learning classes. If you're tuning in with us today, make sure you've already done the warm-ups that are in the Dojo Expert login. Make sure that you get those done, do all your stretching and stuff like that. Today we're going to work on some katas. If you know them, I want you to follow along with me, pause the video, go back, practice them a couple times. If you don't know them yet, follow them along with me. We'll take them nice and slow and just practice your way through the kata. If you don't know them yet, I'm not expecting you to remember them all, but giving you a little bit of extra practice and doing some different katas is a good way to work on your karate. Okay? So today we're going to start with Naihanchi. Naihanchi is the shortest kata, but it's one of my favorites. You're going to start off nice and easy. Yasumi, Kyosuke, Rei, Naihanchi. Haji. So we're going to bring our feet together. Our hands come down to the center. We're protecting our groin. We're going to look to the left. We're going to step across and step out to a Naihanchi stance. Now, if you've never done this before, you're going to take your feet and point them towards each other so they're still shoulder width apart. You're going to bend your knees, not so that they're touching, but so that they're bent towards each other, and you're going to pull your hips forward. Okay, that's going to protect your groin. All right, and it's also going to protect your knees so that if you take a kick from the side, it's keeping you from getting hurt. So from here, it's going to be a roots block, elbow, chamber. We're going to look, avoid the sweep, down block, and stab across. I'm going to step across, still in that Naihanchi stance. I do my side kick or 45-degree blade kick and set down. I'm kicking their knee out. I'm going to block my face, block my groin. Elbow uppercut, nose bow. Look to the right, avoid the sweep, side block. Look to the left, avoid the sweep, hammer fist across my body. Look to the right, avoid the sweep, chamber on my hips, double punch. Now the second half is the same half as the first, just backwards. So from here it's going to be a roots block, elbow chamber. Look to the left, avoid the sweep, down block stab, step across, kick, set. We're going to block our face, close, block your groin. Elbow uppercut, nose block. Look to the left, avoid the sweep, side block. Look to the right, avoid the sweep, hammer fist. Look to the left, avoid the sweep, chamber, double punch. And that's Naihanchi. Again, if you know that kata, make sure you're doing it 2 or 3 times. Pause the video here. If you've never done that before, stick with us. We're going to jump into Wansu next. So Wansu is our advanced orange belt kata. I like this one a lot. And it's a little bit longer. Wansu also comes from Shorin. Shorin is one of the 2 styles that Isshin Ryu, our style of karate, was created from. Okay? So, Wansu. Yasumi, Kyosuke, Rei, Wansu. So Wansu is known as the hidden fist. So when I step out to my Naihanchi stance, I'm going to hide my fist behind my hand. I'm going to look to the left, down block, punch. Step forward, I'm going to use the same side. Down block, punch. Circle step again, open hand side block. I'm going to push block across my face, stab to the belt level. I'm going to grab their belt, pull them past me as I step behind to a crane stance. I'm going to punch right to where they were. So it's in front of me, I'm throwing this punch, and when I step off to the side, it's still in the same spot. Okay? So block, stab, grab, pull and punch. Now I'm going to look. I'm going to shift my feet and then circle step. Okay? Down block punch, step, open hand side block, push across the face, stab just like to the front, grab, step behind crane, pull and punch. I'm going to look back to the front, shift my feet, then circle step. It's very important that I circle step here because if I just unwind my feet, I'm actually getting, I could be getting closer to the bad guy, right? I have no idea what's going on. If I shift and circle step, I'm actually staying back a little bit more. So if somebody is throwing a punch, I'm not necessarily walking into it. Also, I can keep my balance. All right? If I'm just untwisting my feet and one of them gets stuck on the ground or something, it might take me a second to get my balance back. All right. If I shift circle step, I don't have to worry about that. So back to the front, open hand high block, fake uppercut. I'm gonna do a front kick, double block. This is one of the self-defense moves we did last week, so if you recognize that. Chamber at your hip, step out horse. You're gonna grab the throat and the groin, look over your shoulder, and throw. Look to the front, circle step, keep looking, circle step. It's gonna be an open hand side block with kind of like a rainbow. So it comes across and grabs, across and grabs. So open hand side block, knee smash, punch. We're gonna look, we're gonna turn, we're gonna keep looking, we're gonna keep turning. Open hand side block, same as the first, knee smash, punch. Come up with Subadachi. Now somebody's throwing a punch at me here, so I'm gonna dodge out of the way, punch straight to where they were, punch off to the side to where they were. Come up, basically present a target, fake them out a little bit, they come to punch, I step off to the side, punch to where they were, punch to where they were. I'm gonna come up to a Haikadachi, side kick, look, set, side kick, guard. Okay? This is a blocking, it's called a blocking kamae. Kamae is the Japanese word for guard. So this is a blocking kamae. What that means is as I'm turning, if there's a punch, I'm blocking it. As opposed to an advancing kamae, right? Which doesn't necessarily have a punch there. This is a blocking kamae. I'm gonna step in elbow, look over my shoulder, draw back to a cat stance, front kick, look, draw back to a cat stance, front kick. I'm gonna step out, double shudos. I'm doing an open hand side block, and I've got my hand ready to go in this Nikite. I talked about this last week when we were doing Bunkai. That this is or when I was doing Wansu actually last week. This is my favorite move of this kata. Alright? Because basically what I'm doing is I'm showing a little bit of mercy here. Alright? In Okinawa, a Nikite, the stab move here, is considered a killing technique. So I have the ability, right, to take their life from them, but this person, as I'm fighting them, I'm realizing that there's no fight left in them. There's no reason to keep going with this fight. So I hold it back, and I finish the kata. Okay? One of my favorite moves. Part of the reason why I like karate so much is because they even build that into the kata, is you know, once the fight's over, it's over. You don't have to keep going, because that makes you the bully. Alright, last kata for today. If you know Wansu, do that one 2 extra times, and then come back, we'll do Chinto together. Alright, if you don't know it, then just jump in, we'll do Chinto nice and slow. Alright, Chinto is our green belt kata. Also comes from Shorin. Yasmin? Kyotsuke? Ray? Chinto. So this one, the whole kata is fought at an angle. So as soon as my hands come apart, I'm going to look towards the corner. I'm going to draw back into a cat stance, into an X block. Now they're punching me, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that punch as I kind of turn my heel out here. I'm going to step on the ground and turn my hips forward so that I can do this back fist. Okay, so one more time. I'm in the cat stance. I'm going to catch, come over the top as I'm turning my heel and stepping down, kind of like I'm facing away. And then my hand comes, or my hips come forward, they whip forward, and back fist. It looks like this. Alright, step forward to a punch. Step to a horse stance, double block. Look over your right shoulder, turn all the way around, down block. Draw back cat stance. It's going to be a jump double front kick. X block. Look over our shoulder, step around, X block. Look over our shoulder, step around. Punch, circle step, punch, elbow, guard. They come in to punch us, we throw this person back. As we come in, we're going to basically fake through and Shudo and Nukite at the same time. I'm going to shift to a Zenkutsu, double Shudos on the collarbone, shift to a horse stance, double knuckles down. This is either breaking a front kick as it's coming at me, or if somebody's like climbing up a ladder, if they're at a different level, smash them in the head. Back to Zenkutsu. Open hand headlock, hammer fist, and I'm going to grab their ponytail, or their top knot, or their hair in general. Look, step through, smash it right onto my knee. I'm going to leave a little space there because their head's in between my hands and my knee. I'm going to step back. This hand's going to come up into a guard. This one comes down to a down block. I'm going to do a front kick, double knuckles down, horse stance. I'm going to shift up to a crane stance, double headlock. I'm going to step forward, Seisan stance, left foot forward, double block. I've got a down block and a head block. I'm going to step forward, double block. Look over my left shoulder, turn all the way around, down block. Look over my right shoulder this time. I'm going to step around crane. I'll scooch forward here so I get off my heavy bag. Double head block. Step in, elbow, double knuckles down. I'm going to kick my heel forward, get in this good crane stance, double head block. I'm going to shift, kick, set, circle step, punch, biggie punches, horse stance. Step straight back behind, do the same thing. So my left hand's in a guard, my right hand comes to do a down block. I'm going to shift. So basically I'm just pivoting my feet so they're both pointing the same way. Kick, look over my left shoulder, set down, step behind, so I'm in a crane stance. Now I'm going to do that block, but backwards. So I got my left hand in the down block, my right hand up. Shift, kick, open hand, side block at the shoulder level, hammer fist. We did this one as a self-defense too, right? So you're aiming for the shoulder to knock it out of its socket. Front kick, down on one knee, punch. Finish right there. So if you know Chinto, pause the video here, do the kata 2 more times at least to get the reps in, to get the extra practice in. All right. I know I do this a lot with pausing the video and unpausing the video and stuff like that, but here's the thing. Karate is all about repetition. The more you do it, the better you get at it. The better you get at it, the more you realize you have to do it more times, okay? I don't think I could count the number of times I've done Seisan Kata in my life. If I had to guess, it's probably in the realm of, 150,000 times over the last 19 and a half years, okay? It all adds up, but, and then you say, okay, how many punches have you done? Probably a solid 500,000, if I had to guess, at least. That's not in part of a kata, that's just doing punches. Because, the more you do it, the better you get at it. If I'm doing punches, we talked last week about low rep and high repetitions. Or I'm sorry, low weight and high repetitions makes you faster and stronger. If I just throw these punches, that's low weight. That's as low weight as I can get. I can't take pieces off my arm. Not realistically, right? So I can't make this any lighter, so I just do a lot of them. A lot of them. And the more I do that, the better my punches get, and the faster they get, okay? So for katas, we practice them a bunch of times so that we can, so that you know them, but also so that you're building up the combinations, the self-defense techniques that are part of the kata. Katas are, a fight, but they're basically, the masters who created them took a bunch of fights or specific fight and broke it down so that the person who's doing the kata can replicate the techniques, but it's designed so that they might be able to replicate that technique, but they have to do it over and over and over again to turn it into muscle memory and to make it useful. If it's not muscle memory, it's not very useful to a karate person, especially in like a fight or sparring situation or stuff like that. Because, think about it. Would you want to break out, something brand new that you've never tested in a stressful situation? Now, sparring might not be the highest stress situation you've ever been in, but it's going to be, more stress than something else, which is why for like adults, Jason, Jesse especially, but a lot of you guys, when I tell you is when you're helping out the kids class, that's the perfect time to try out your new stuff. I can't tell you how, you know, I always trying out new stuff. And honestly, I try it out on you guys because, you know, that's where I'm at. You know, you practice that new stuff, so that when you fight somebody your own level, you know, you can bring it up. And it's something you've practiced before. You know, it's something you practiced against another person before. It's not necessarily just something that's, you know, out there doing nothing. You know, it's something that you have experience doing. Along those lines, we're going to do some basics and some combos to finish up today. All right, so everybody stick with me. We're going to do circle steps, and we're going to do it with the blocks and the punches. Okay, so we're only going to do 5 through 10. Okay, this is for everybody. But we're going to do them by the number. I want you guys, we're going to do 2 for form, 4 full power. And I want to hear some key eyes. I want to see some good power. Get yourself really into this. Okay, so starting with number 5 is down block punch. So we're going to start Haikadachi. As we step forward, down block punch. Ready? 1, down block punch. 2, down block punch. 3, down block punch. 4, down block punch. All right, good. Let's do it full power. Get ourselves nice and into this. Ready? Ich, us, ni, us, san, us, chi, us, go, us, rope, us. Good. All right, now it should be nice and loosened up. We'll go back to the numbers I gave you before. Ready? So, number 6 is going to be side block reverse punch. So, 1, side block punch. 2, side block punch. Full power. Ich, us, ni, us, san, us, chi, us. Good. All right, number 7 is going to be the same thing. It's going to be open hand side block, stab. Okay? So from here, we step forward. 1, open hand side block, stab. 2, good. Full power. Ich, us, ni, us, san, us, chi, us. Good. Number 8, keeping the hands open. It's going to be an open hand head block, uppercut. Make sure you're getting it all the way up to your chin. Don't be slacking because I'm not here to watch you. Okay? Keep it up there. If you don't know what you're doing, either find yourself a mirror or a person to watch you to make sure that you're doing it. Or videotape yourself and watch it over and over again to make sure that you're going to the right spot. Okay? So, 1, open hand head block, uppercut. 2, open hand head block, uppercut. Good, full power. Ich, us, ni, us, san, us, chi, us. Good. Number 9, we go back to closed fist. So it's closed fist head block, reverse punch. Step forward, 2, head block, punch. Remember, if I'm doing reverse punches, my block is over my front leg, so that whatever leg's in front, my punch is over my back leg, and that's always the same for these. Okay? So head block, punch. 2, head block, punch. Good, with power. Ich, us, ni, us, san, us, chi, us. Good. Number 10. It's going to be number 9 with an addition. So we're going to do head block, nose block punch. Okay? Now when you're doing these at home, feel free. The traditional way for numbers 5 through 10 is that you step back with all of your upper body basics. But we're stepping forward just fine. So feel free, if you're going to step forward, step back. Just do the same number on both sides, however it works out. Okay? So for number 10, head block, back by your ear, nose block, reverse punch. So we're adding in that nose block. Okay? Ready? 1, head block, nose block, reverse punch. 2, head block, nose block, reverse punch. Good. Ich, us, ni, us, san, us, chi, us. Good. Okay, so that's our upper body basics, 5 through 10. So if you're an adult and you should know these, or an upper belt and you should know these, 5, it's down block reverse punch. 6, side block reverse punch. 7, open hand side block stab. 8, open hand head block, uppercut, 9, head block, punch, and 10, head block, nose block, punch. That's the middle third, okay? And after that, they start over at the bottom and we'll start working their way back up. We're going to do the lower body basics now. For this one, we're actually going to start with 4 because it's the first kick and it's to the front, and we're going to work our way up through 10 and go that way. Okay? So for these, I'm going to go at a little bit of an angle just so you guys can see a little bit better what I'm doing so you guys can copy me. So number 4 is going to be a front kick. We're just going to start, same thing, 2 and 4. Nice and easy. 1, front kick, 2, front kick. Okay? And I'm stepping forward on these if I've got the room. If you don't have the room, just keep your feet in the same spot. Ready? Ich, us, ni, us, san, us, shi, us. Good. All right, number 5 is 45-degree blade kick. So we're going to pick our knee up. We're going to kick out to the corner with the side of my foot. And it's going to be low. You're aiming at somebody's knee. Bring it back up and set down. Now, it's really important that I get that nice high chamber because I want to kick down on somebody's knee. And if I can't get my foot up above my knee, right, I can't kick to the knee. So I got to get it up nice and high. When I'm practicing chambers or when I'm warming up, I like trying to take my knee and hit myself in the shoulder. All right, if I'm doing a big front kick or something that I really need to hit hard, I'm probably hitting myself first to kind of help get my chamber up high enough so I can force it out there faster. And that's the same thing with my side kicks, which we'll get to in a minute. I want to take my knee and touch it to my opposite shoulder. Okay? So, that was one of them, so we're going to do a couple. You ready? 45-degree blade kicks. 1, 2, with power. Ich, us, ni, us, san, us, shi, us. Good. Number 6 is cross over heel stomp. Japanese word for that is fumi kumi. One of my favorite ones. Okay? So for this, it's going to be up high, kick down, bring it back, set it down. Okay? Number 2, up, kick across, up, and back. With some power. Ich, us, ni, us, san, us, shi, us. Good. Make sure you're practicing keeping those chambers up. Number 7 is side kick. Just like I said before, I want to practice getting that chamber all the way up to my opposite side so that I can kick out. Okay? The more my knee goes this way to start, the more room I have to go that way to finish. Okay? So we're going to start this nice and easy. 1, 2. Ready? Ich, us, ni, us, san, us, shi, us. Good. Very good. Number 8 is going to be front kick from cat stance. So we're going to start to the front. You're going to look to the side. You're going to swing over to a cat stance with your nice guard up. Do a front kick. And then set back down into a seisan stance going forward. Okay? So to the other side, we look. Guard, cat stance, front kick. Look, set, low guard. This one starts from a low guard. So we'll do this. Ready? 1, 2, with power. Ich, us, ni, us, san, us, shi, us. Good. Number 9 is going to be squat kick. We're going to work on this one a little bit throughout the week because there's a lot of good stuff you can do with the squat kick. Okay? Basically, when I'm doing a squat kick, it's just going to be like we talked about in Wansu. There's somebody in front of me, they're throwing something at me, whether it's a kick, a punch, or whatever. So I'm stepping out of the way, get my body off to the side, and I'm doing a kick to where they were. Okay? So for this one, when I'm doing the basic, it's going to be twist, kick, twist, wait. Okay? So to do that, everybody starts over here. Kick, twist. 2, kick, twist. with some power. Ich, is, ni, is, san, is, shi, is. Good. And the last one, number 10, it's going to be heel push kick. Heel push kick, it's especially important to get your knee all the way up to your chest because you're pushing them away. If I use my heavy bag here, put it up a little bit for me. If I just do a regular front kick and try to make it a heel push kick, all I've got to push with is this little bit right here. However, if I can get my knee all the way up here, see how I can push with my whole foot now? And I can lean into it and get my whole weight into it. That's what I want, okay? I want to be able to get my whole weight, my whole body into that kick. So, nice and easy, nice and slow. Knee up, out, in, back. Knee up, out, in, back. Keep that nice and high. Ready? Ich, hus, knee, hus, san, hus, shi, hus. Good. If you're struggling with any of those, pause the video, practice them a couple times. All right, if I'm going too fast or too slow, you know what I'm doing, okay? It's 2 for form, 4 full power. You can do that, see what the move is, and then practice it again and again by itself. You don't need me on this video to do that, okay? The point of these videos is for me to give you some instruction, to give you things to work on, and to show you what they look like, but you don't have to be watching me to be able to do them. You just have to see what I'm doing, understand it, and then practice it, okay? Again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them to me. You can text me, you can call me, you can send me an email, you can however you want to do it. As long as it's not first thing in the morning, because I'm still working overnights, I'll get back to you right away. All right, so just keep that in mind. So last thing we're going to do today is we're going to work some combos. Now you can do this on a heavy bag, you can do this in the air, but we're going to do, I got a heavy bag, so I'm going to do it on a heavy bag. Now these aren't necessarily sparring combos, but I can do these in sparring. These are all sparring legal techniques, okay? I don't need anything special to be able to do this, and if I'm doing them in the air, I'm going to do them as fast as I possibly can, okay? So, we're going to start off nice and easy. It's just going to be punch, punch, okay? So when I'm doing it, it's just 1, 2, 1, 2, okay? I want to aim for the same spot while I'm doing this. If you've got a heavy bag, a good idea would be to take a piece of tape, colored or otherwise, and put it on the bag so you can see it, okay? Or tape a piece of paper, or cut a hole out of a piece of paper that's just a little bit bigger than your fist, and tape that like a frame to the outside of your bag. Then what you want to do is try to hit the spot on the inside of that frame, or hit your piece of tape so that you work on your accuracy and your consistency. Because you need to be both. I want to be consistently accurate. If you're doing this in the air, try focusing on one thing. Like for instance, if I'm looking this way, I've got my phone, my camera phone in front of me. So if I just always focus on trying to cover that phone up, okay, my punches come to the same spot every time, okay? So whichever way you're doing it, try to keep up, okay? So we're going to do this. I'm going to count. It's going to be 2 punches. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, sich, hach, ku, ju. Alright, good. We need to do is both sides, right? Because we got to make sure both hands are strong. Alright, so we'll do it on the other side. I'll count again. You ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, sich, hach, ku, ju. Good. So that one works really good in sparring. If you're looking for a modification, I can go high-low or low-high. I can punch with the back hand first. I can punch with the front hand first. Whichever way you want to do it. I like punching the front hand first. And if I'm doing 2 punches to different levels, I like punching to the face first, the body second. That's because this is where your eyes are. So when this covers up your eyes, you go, oh shoot, and you bring your hands up to try to block it. Then I can punch you underneath. It works the other way too. They bring their hands down, and then they get punched in the face. But at least that one we see coming. So now we're going to do 2 punches with the same hand. Okay? This one we got to definitely make sure we do it both sides. But I want to be as fast as possible. So it's just going to be touch, touch. Right? And I want to bring it all the way back in between. Okay? Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, sich, hach, ku, ju. I love that clap. Alright, you ready? Same thing, other side. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, sich, hach, ku, ju. Good. Alright, from there, the next one we're going to work on is a back fist and a reverse punch first. So my back fist traditionally goes to my temple, my reverse punch usually to the body. They can be both to the body, they can be both to the head. Understand, back fists to the body are not going to score you points in sparring. That's because the back fist is a stinging technique. It's designed to like hit you in the side of the eye, in the temple right here, and go, and make you close your eye. Okay? It works really well for that. If I hit you in the body, and I'm trying to make your ribs sting, the problem is I'm hitting with all of my knuckles at the same time on a back fist. So the chances are I'm going to be hitting a bunch of ribs, so I'm probably not doing that much damage. So when I do this to the body, unless I'm super strong compared to my opponent, the chances of me doing damage are slight, which is why we usually practice our back fist to the head. So I'm going to bring this up a little bit for me. Looks like it's as high as it goes. Good. Oh, I'll squat. That'll be great. Ready? So on my count. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, sich, hach, ku, ju. Good. See how my hips are moving a lot with this, right? That's why I like wearing my belt when I'm practicing. As you can see, my hips are moving when I'm doing this punch because I want my hips to turn, because my hips turning is what gives my punch oomph. Also, come back to your guard in between, all right? As I said, I like touching my face for a little bit of positive contact when I'm sparring, so I'm not thinking about where's my hand. If you get in a really complicated fight, a really technical fight where you're fighting somebody who's really, really good, that makes a big difference, knowing where your stuff is. Because you're usually thinking about what they're doing, and they throw something at you, actually fall to down here, you get kicked in the face, and it's no fun, all right? So I know if I'm not touching my face, I don't know where my hand is. So I like touching, right? Not like punching myself in the face, it's just a touch, all right? My knuckles here touch my jaw, that's it. All right, so other side. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, sich, hach, ku, ju. Good. All right, last one for the day. It's going to be a back fist ridge hand. This one works really good, and you can practice it one of 2 ways. I can either throw a back fist and a ridge hand with opposite hands, or I can throw with the same hand. Practice it both ways. This one's going to be a little bit more complicated. It's just like throwing 2 punches with the same hand, right? It takes a little bit of extra coordination, a little bit extra, you got to be a little bit faster to make it work. But you only get faster by practicing it. So it's kind of a catch-22. So this is a good time to practice. Ready? So I'm going to do 5 of each on both sides. So work it with me. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Good. Other side. Same thing. A little bit of both. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Good. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Make sure you're hitting the bag, okay? Again, when I'm doing this full power, I knew I'd get it back. When I'm doing this full power, if I've got a heavy bag at home, I'm hitting it like I mean it. Okay? I want to hit this hard. If I don't have anything in front of me, I'm going to do it in the air. But if I've got something, I want to hit it hard. Hit it like you mean it. Okay? This, just touching and coming back, is good for when you're practicing sparring. But if you want this stuff to work for you in like a self-defense or contact fight, you need to hit it. Okay? So, with that, if those are easy, practice, go through them a couple times. Kids, probably like 20 of each of those techniques. Go through this just one more time. Pause it here, rewind it, go back through it one more time, and then you're good to go. Adults, probably like 50 or 60 is at a minimum. Okay? The more times you do it, the better you get at it. The faster you get at it, the more it works. Okay? And that's the progression. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. What that means is, if you're having a hard time with it, go slow. It's okay to take your time when you're doing it. The smoother you can get it, right, your body remembers that smoothness. And that's how you speed it up. Okay? Is you have to be smooth. Smooth takes all the extra excess out of it. It takes all the extra moves and all the things that aren't needed. The little extra moves that like your elbow does to get your rich hand around. Right? If you can eliminate that stuff, it takes pieces off and it makes your stuff faster. So that's why we do it slow to start and work our way up, is to kind of get used to the motion. Okay, where does my hand need to go to be able to do a back fist and a ridge hand? Okay, does it come here and then all the way around, or does it come here and around? Right? Those probably look the same to a lot of you, but they're different, right? If I'm coming here and around as opposed to here and around, right? It's whether my hand comes from back here or from here. One of them's obviously going to be faster. One of them's obviously going to be stronger. You need to find what works for you. And it's probably going to be somewhere in the middle. Okay? With that, that's all the stuff we have for today. Just a couple of announcements. The newsletter went out last week, so make sure you're looking at that. We've got our Focus Mitt giveaway. That's going to be one of the days this week, so pay attention. I'm going to give you something. And we got the t-shirt contest going on. So I sent out a thing. There should be an entry on the dojo login that has all of the pictures on it and a link to a SurveyMonkey survey. That's going to be how we vote. Okay? You can vote more than once, but there's going to be a name field. You have to type your name in. Whatever your last vote is the one that counts. So if you vote and then you decide, I really want this one instead, as long as you have your name in, whichever one came in last is the one that I'm going to count. Okay, so just keep that in mind too. And lastly, so Sifu and I have been working on some stuff here, getting things ready. We finally got Zoom figured out, how I can video and see what's going on and save it to YouTube. It was just a logistics and a setup thing. I know Zoom isn't that hard, but these videos are created using my cell phone. They're created using a microphone so that the quality can be a little bit better, and I can't see what my screen sees. So if I had 10 kids or 10 people in general on a thing with me, I can't see what you're doing, and that kind of defeats the purpose of doing it. So we've got it all figured out. It was kind of a convoluted process, which is why it took so long. I apologize. I needed to get some equipment so that I could do things that I wanted to. But we're going to be doing Zoom classes every Friday, all right, until we can go back to our karate school. The kids' classes are going to be from 5 to 5:40. Remember, Zoom cuts you off at 40 minutes. So I'm going to have the links all in there. It's going to be a scheduled meeting. It's going to be set up to go at 5 o'clock. So log in when you can. And then we're going to be there till 5:40. Okay? So, and then the adults is going to be 5:50 to 6:30. That gives me 10 minutes to make sure that everything's set up here. Try to get my dog out of the shot as much as possible and, get everything taken care of. There's going to be warm-ups posted each week that you have to do before that class. Okay, so you're gonna come to class warmed up so that I can do the karate moves with you, and we can focus on karate instead of warming up. I've thought about doing an extra one with warm-ups. We'll see how that goes. My work schedule has kind of been crazy lately, so we're starting with something simple, something that's a little bit more flexible for us, and we'll go from there. So the kids class is going to be from 5 to 5:40. Adult class is going to be from 5:50 to 6:30. Okay, so 5:50 to 6:30, and we're going to be doing that too. So that way I'll be able to watch your stuff. We'll be able to work on katas. It's going to be, give us that little bit of things. And we're going to take that information and we're going to put it up on YouTube so that you guys can, if you do miss the class, you can at least see what's happening. But these normal classes, these normal videos are still going to happen. Okay, so look for those, throughout the week. And we're going to do the Zoom class on Fridays. All right. Other than that, those are the announcements I got. Great job today. Thanks for tuning in. You guys are dismissed. Us.